Hello, Mary Baldwin alumni. I'm Lynn Mulheron, and I'm thrilled to be invited to present a topic for the inaugural alumni video series. Welcome to Leveraging Technology in a Digital and Global Economy, coming to you from my home in Florida. First, I wanted to say I'm so excited to see the progress Mary Baldwin has been making since I was there, going from Mary Baldwin College to Mary Baldwin University, and also using technology and expanding locations and programs to provide access to a great education for more people. Mary Baldwin is even in Halifax County now, which is near my small hometown in Clarksville, Virginia. So it's cool for me because I have spent my entire career fighting for student access in higher education through technological, programmatic, and geographic expansion through my work as a commissioner within the Florida Department of Education and as a former vice president with the University of Phoenix. I've also recently leveraged technology to help institutions implement the online modality for their students with the onset of COVID-19. And I've created an online platform that celebrates graduations and other important milestones in our lives. So I'll be sharing my perspective today through a few different lenses from my own career experiences. And the common thread is how Mary Baldwin prepared me to meet opportunities and challenges. I actually want to start by sharing some fun facts about you because you represent the generations who are adjusting to our digital and global economy. Keep in mind that the majority of students in college today are either Generation Z, born between 1996 and 2015, or millennials born between 1981 and 1996. We know that there are many non-traditional students today. In fact, the trend is that the non-traditional student is becoming the traditional student now with an average age in their early 30s. So Generation Zs, you are our digital natives. You haven't known anything else in your lifetimes other than the electronic experience that we all have. It's been there since the day you were born. Millennials, you are our digital pioneers. So you are the first whole generation to be introduced to technology all through school and now work. Both of these generations are probably wondering why your classes in college weren't already offered online prior to the coronavirus pandemic. It's a start with remote instruction, but it's not online learning at its best yet, having to implement overnight at a lot of institutions. And of course, there is still enormous value in face-to-face instruction, especially for certain types of courses. Now, the Gen Xers and Boomers are wondering where our flying cars are from the Jetsons. Our imaginations were teased by television, right? By the way, I'm a Gen X Boomer cusper, so I'm sandwiched kind of in between, and I was at Mary Baldwin in the early to mid 80s. So Generation Xers were born between 1965 and 1980, and you are the first generation where both parents were probably working outside of the home. So you're resourceful, and actually you're okay with figuring things out on your own. Boomers were born between 1946 and 1964-ish, and you've had the biggest changes of all when it comes to technology. You're having to completely relearn so many things. You've now got the stigma attached to you from younger generations who say, okay, Boomer, well, I want to help you get rid of that stigma. So to all generations watching today, when technology works well and advances our lives for the better, we could probably all agree the benefits far outweigh the challenges. So I want to share 3 ways that Mary Baldwin University has influenced me and how that ties in with our talk today on leveraging technology. I'm going to talk about empowerment, adaptability, and kindness. And believe it or not, all 3 of these are threaded throughout our present day digital environment. Technology is really all about empowering us to take charge of our professional and personal lives. It's all about learning and applying the latest, the coolest, and so forth. Learning is empowering, and e-learning can be even more empowering and exciting on your own time, skill level, pace, and more depending on the topic. At Mary Baldwin, I took my very first introduction to computer science class, and it was very scary and exciting at the same time. And what I learned most was that I had a lot to continue to learn. Fortunately, Mary Baldwin created an environment where I could be an empowered learner to ask questions, get involved in discussions, and do my own research. And I learned that I could be a leader whether or not I was in a leadership role. In the all-female environment at the time at Mary Baldwin College, leadership was not about gender even then. After I left Mary Baldwin with the skills and the confidence I gained, I found it very natural to speak up in meetings or to be articulate amongst both male and female colleagues because I had already been empowered to actively participate in a small class environment. So as a young girl taking liberal arts classes at Mary Baldwin, who then found myself in a career years later with the pioneer of online adult education at University of Phoenix, I became the university's senior leader of all East Coast online and on-campus markets as vice president, and I found myself appointed and reappointed by 3 consecutive governors as a commissioner on a board which regulates many of the online and campus post-secondary schools in Florida. So if I knew then what was ahead for me, I don't know if I would have believed it. That's what empowerment can do for you. Prepare you for what is to come that you can't even imagine yet. Now, empowerment is also about paying attention to opportunities that are right in front of you today. For example, in our digital world, you can observe the pain points all around you that you experience on a daily basis and figure out what needs to be available online. Listen to those around you, especially if you have kids, and what we can help solve with technology. When they say, why can't we do such and such? Think to yourself, can we? Or can I? This is partially what led me to create an online platform for special occasions. As I was involved in so many graduations each year at all of our campuses, I learned that all the well wishes and words of wisdom for graduates from their family and friends needed to be captured online. These were pearls of wisdom. So when I finally had time after I left University of Phoenix, I launched an automated and free website for graduations, new careers, weddings, babies, and so forth. Imagine greeting card meets social platform, because that's what it is. The beauty of it is that anyone can use it free and no one is obligated to purchase anything. And best of all, you have the thread of positive energy created online by your loved ones for that important life event that you can revisit free anytime you like. I actually named it Pearls of Wisdom, and if you're interested, you can find it at sharepearlsofwisdom.com, just like it sounds. The only constant in our digital age is change. Flip obstacles upside down and think of them as opportunities. Experiment and try new things in our digital world. Be resilient and adaptable. Learn to deal with ambiguity and change by continuing to take steps forward. Don't paralyze yourself. That's the worst thing you can do. More change is likely to come, and all generations need to adjust to the thought that it will be better for the long term. Be lifelong learners. Take a look all around our world. There are so many resources online now, and many are free. Through discovering free resources for my online business, it's amazing what we have access to no matter where in the world we are. Entrepreneurship is within reach for most anyone, especially if you can adapt to e-learning on your own. And we have to talk about an important free tool that all of us should be using in our professional lives, and that's LinkedIn. If you haven't been active lately or at all on LinkedIn, log in, because professionally, it's a very powerful free online resource. It used to be more of an online resume reservoir, but now it's so much more. Once Microsoft acquired LinkedIn in 2016, they have pumped millions of dollars into it. There are many free webinars and articles that you have access to by industry, And just introduced in 2019, you can follow your favorite professional topics using hashtags. You can even benefit from high-profile groups like Ivy League schools, such as Harvard and MIT, who are offering online courses and webinars. In fact, I just took a free webinar with MIT that I found on LinkedIn, and it was very insightful. LinkedIn is a great place to help you adapt and grow, especially tailored to your own industry. Plus, LinkedIn networking and thought leadership in your profession are major benefits for you, which I'm not really going to have time to talk about today, but you can read my LinkedIn article called In Line with Online to give you an example of mine and what I mean by differentiating yourself on LinkedIn as a thought leader in your industry. And one more thing that can help you adapt, think about this. Behind Google, what do you think is the largest search engine? It's not Yahoo or Bing or any of those, it's YouTube. The second largest search engine in the world is YouTube. I love it because I'm a visual learner myself, so I watch a lot of video instructions and tutorials to teach myself a topic I want to learn. There are lots of educational how-to videos. Look, I know I'm covering a lot. I'm still adapting to different online tools too. Guess what I'm guilty of? I'm still balancing both an electronic calendar and a paper one, because guess what? Like a good Mary Baldwin gal, I love my Lily Pulitzer calendar book. And I usually monogram it, but I didn't this year because I'm trying to wean myself off of it. So I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't have one place to manage my time and energy. Better to go 100% online with my calendaring tools because it keeps me connected to both my professional and my personal lives all in one place. So I'm still adapting in some ways too. We'll all get to the point where we won't just tolerate digital tools, we'll invite them. We'll even crave them. So tools and resources are already out there. Use them, learn all of your life, adapt. Be just as kind online as you are in person. It seems so minor, but kindness is actually one of the reasons I chose Mary Baldwin. I always felt included from the very first campus visit. I mean, you don't pass someone on the sidewalk at Mary Baldwin without a simple hi, right? I hope that's still the case today. You can't imagine how important inclusivity is for others and also for your own well-being. This concept applies online as well. Every second of every day, social media buzzes with posts about the most personal details of our lives, but it also has become a place where people feel entitled to say things to each other they might never say in person. Words can hurt or words can help. What you say online can be just as impactful as saying it in person. As I wrap up, I want to recap the key points that I learned at Mary Baldwin that still ring true today in the digital age, and those are empowerment, adaptability, and kindness. You are resilient and capable alumni. We are doing business at the speed of thought, as Bill Gates predicted many years ago. Take everything you are and everything you can be and prepare for what's next and for what we can't even imagine yet. Be aware of the enormity of the impact of our digital and global economy. The future is here. I want you to thrive in it, and so does Mary Baldwin University. This is Lynn Mulheron. It was a pleasure to share my thoughts with you today. I look forward to your feedback. Thank you very much.